Gemini, how you doing? So I'm sorry I messed up your reading yesterday, so I ended up saying Capricorn for a start before I started to read, but a lot of people are saying that the messages were correct before I did the tarot, which was move closer, move your body real close until we... So it feels like that you could be dealing with someone at a distance, might be a Piscean, could be across the world or something like that. Pisces is 3. So the reason why this gets mixed up a lot of the time is because I deal in numerology. And Capricorn and Gemini, they're both 6s, right? So they're major arcana 6. So you can always watch, if you haven't got Capricorn in your chart, okay, you can watch Capricorn readings, even if you're like me and you're a Gemini moon, right? You can watch Capricorn readings because they're major arcana 6, right? That's how I read. But your message was a lot about moving, traveling, maybe talking or communicating with someone at a distance. Could be a lot of like online web work. I'm also picking up someone that may be doing some kind of, I don't know, pay-per-view, because I'm definitely seeing like a naked woman in the picture of the world. So it could be a picture or something like that you're sending to someone or something like that. But like pictures, sending pictures, taking photographs. I don't know what's going on, Gemini. But it could be something like that. But whichever way around it is, there's a lot of this energy that is also built up between you and a person, I believe, that is at a distance, physical distance, and that it's not within, it's not my next door neighbor. Now, you could be from Australia. That's also neighbors, but like Australia. So it could be someone across the world, across the ocean. Ocean's 11. Some of you, it might be a Life Path 2 or Libra. Okay. Like 2 being quite relevant on 3. Let's see. Oh, there's the 2. Wow. Some of you could have just got divorced or separated. I'm going to turn my light off quickly and then we're going to go on with your reading. Okay, but please make sure you smash that like button and you also leave a comment as before. It really did help. I got loads of subscribers when I did the last reading with Gemini because everybody was liking and commenting. So it really helped out the algorithm. If you help me, I help you. Your readings become free and I do more of them. The more you help me, I help you, okay? But so please make sure you smash the like button. And subscribe if you haven't. But some of you could have got divorced, separated. This is still a 2. You had a 2 coming out. So part of your message was 2 being very important, like Libra or 2. Well, that means divorce, separating. I'm separated from my partner, or I am divorced from my partner, and now I'm living alone, starting again, maybe looking at things that are spiritual, looking for a spiritual connection. You could be on a soulmate or twin flame sort of journey, okay, and you're now reconnecting with life again, with Gaia again. I'm also hearing Guy, Jai, Julian, Jason, Justin. I'm also hearing I'm a little shy. So someone that is very shy, could be camera shy. I'm also hearing the name Cameron, Michelle, Mika, Amelia, Sense Amelia. Some of you could be smoking weed. Mika. I can be brown, I can be blue, I can be violet sky. I can be anything that I like now. So it's kind of like, it's a little bit like me, right? I don't judge a book by a cover. I don't care what people do. I don't like divulging into other people's business if it's their own. I don't care if you're brown, you're blue, you're black. I just don't care. Like, it's not, I don't care about people. You can be whatever you like. And that, I did sing that song a long time ago. So what your message is through that song is now I'm free to do what I want. I can do it. I can go where I want. I can be who I want. I'm free. I'm no longer chained down to the devil. I'm no longer married. There's been a divorce, a separation, a breakup, a movement. And now I'm open, feeling like myself again. And now I can actually reconnect with Earth. Okay. Once I've connected with Earth, I might come back down to Earth and realize that I could have a connection waiting for me that I am also maybe talking to online. This is also like online communication. It's also, like I said, a spiritual card of people that may do tarot and blah, 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 but connecting with spirit, okay, understanding my lessons, realizing what they are, trying to ground myself and come back down to reality to realize that I am who I am and I don't need to be anybody else. I'm nobody else's choice or not choice, but I'm nobody else's toy of pleasure and joy. Someone also here is pleasuring themselves through a spiritual connection that they may have with someone here. Well, I mean, a lot of people don't like talking phallic, right? But the true essence is, right, this is going to be weird, Gemini, but I am talking to Geminis. The highest state of spiritual being and spiritual connection is love, right? The highest point of love is a sexual attraction. The highest point of sex is an orgasm, right? Now, women should be known to be able to connect with spirit and God or feminine energy higher because... Right, let's start talking phallic because someone might be talking to someone quite phallic. Right, a woman orgasm and cycle for a man, it's like that. There it is. They just see a boob, they see whatever it is. You talk about it, they're there. That's that. Right, they're in a rush because of a rush of blood to the head. Right, feminine and female energies takes 20 minutes in order for stimulation. They can also have multiple different orgasms in different places, right? So because a woman is able to do that, they're able to control the timing, right? That's like divine timing. That's also like pregnancy, feeling like I'm in a rush because I want children and stuff like that. So my time is running out. So you get caught between this cycle. What is coming out here? I've never spoken like this before. So this is revelation. But like, so a woman's cycle, right, Spirit, it's in a rush in order for like pregnancies and stuff like that. But then there's this energy of where, like I said, if there is no rush, but a woman's cycle of spiritual energy is a connection that is felt with someone that gets you to a higher peak. So when we're looking at, I've kind of lost where they were kind of guiding me then, because they were getting me to look at like orgasms and stuff like that, right? That's the highest peak of feeling. You can't get any more of a feeling than that. You can feel really good about someone, but when you're open to someone, that means that you're at your most vulnerable state, right? When you're at your most vulnerable state, that means that you are open, right? So that means also a woman's like you're open, okay? So you're open in order to discover what life is really about. Now, what I learned spiritually through connections over the years is the fact that human beings were made in order to be able to cover up their private parts, right? To be ashamed of their body, to be ashamed the fact that they have this down there and these up here and whatnot. And we talk about sex, right? Let's talk about sex, baby. So when people do that, that means that they have this underlying trauma, the fact that that is bad. It's out of bounds. It's out of order. No, right? But why? Because when humans, especially females, can get to that highest point of, ejaculation or orgasm, or men, is when you actually connect on a spiritual level with a person. When you do that with two of you that are spiritual, where do you connect? Up here. So where does that go to? It goes to the dream state. What happens after the dream state, right? Because what they get me to look at is like a cycle and a ladder of a woman's progression of birth and rebirth, spiritually as well, through the older they get, the more mature they get, their hormones and everything starts to progress upwards. But because it is also like in a rush in order to get to the end is also the beginning of birth and rebirth and past life and future life progression of, right? There is no time. So they're kind of getting me to look at that. But what they're saying is because of the state of a feeling is to the point of where you connect with someone, but then the next stage of connecting to someone is where you think about someone. When you're thinking about someone a lot, you are more than likely going to dream about the person a lot because you're thinking about the person a lot. Breaking through, Jim Morrison, but breaking through to the other side of spiritual, getting past the ego is where it breaks down the ego to realize that that is not a bad thing because of the covering everything up and so on and so forth, right? Where are they? Where, Spirit, where you get me to look? But in a way, I mean, it is true here. So true or false? right? So, I mean, are people losing interest here? I mean, this is coming from spirit, also myself. But when you reach that peak of a feeling, you reach the peak of a highest feeling you can get. When you get that, you get the thinking stage and you think about each other a lot. When you think each other, okay, then you start to dream about each other. If that becomes phallic in nature, you trust a person. When you trust a person, you're open to the person. When you're open to receive, right? Right? When you receive what? A spiritual gift. You receive the highest level of Akashic records. You start to channel. Where? At a highest peak. So how do you get to the highest peak? Sexual connection. Sexual connection, spiritual realm of, how that makes me feel, how warm this person makes me feel, their energy. Now, you know me if you followed me for a while, right? Or Kim or Kimberly or Kim Bolton. But if you followed me for a while, I've always said to you that there are two stages of healing, right? One is an ending and a grieving the loss of a loved one, a dog, a cat, or a woman or a man. But whichever way it is, a breakup, a divorce to Libra, that's the first stage. Some of you might be going through a stage of cancer or something like that where this would require chemotherapy or something like that. And what's her name? Kylie, someone from Australia, the birth of a child. Okay, someone could also be pregnant here and giving birth. For you guys that may not be giving birth, it's involving a child, right? That's one message for you. See, this is what people a lot like about me sometimes. When I go on a rant, I start channeling. So if you're a newcomer from Newcastle or New Guinea, just sit tight, right? So where will we going? So because of that, now what we're getting is this choice. So my first option is understanding a lesson, divorce and separation, right? There's my first stage of healing. So my first stage of healing is the thought process, right? And the connection that is there that is no longer. The bugle is cried as if to say, look, these people in here there's nothing, they're naked. These people are naked, right? They still get me to look at it. So they're naked, right? They're going to a higher power that is up here and they're all naked, right? Here. So this is like a bare bones or a bare back. Some of you might be going bareback. That might be why someone's pregnant, because they didn't put anything on the end of it. Someone can also be circumcised here and going under a surgical spirit, surgeon. Someone that also deals in anything that is also medical, like myself, like an ambulance driver. Okay, but then they're also saying surgical and then spirit. So they're getting me to look at surgical and people that do health, kneel by mouth, looking after elderly, so on and so forth. And then they're also getting me to look at situations that are relating to spirit, which is kind of what we've gone over, which is to say, if any of you are being ashamed of your body, don't. This person sees you in the flesh for who you are. They like you for who you are. Okay, that's one. Now, they're also getting me to go at the stages of what I was saying. First stage, breakup, realization. Within that stage is the mind, is the memory of also the future. Like I said, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive. Blood tests and so on and so forth as well coming out. But negative, positive, negative, positive. When I'm come out of a cycle and when I'm with someone and we've split up, I've been nothing but thinking about negatively about myself. Myself of a mirror of twat flame that has not been the real one, two of cups, has not been the real one, has made me do nothing but think about negative things about him or her, or mainly myself, that I may not be good enough. That was my past. My future of now what I've learned has turned from the stage of where now getting over the memory. When the memories are gone, there are new connections to build up of the second stage of healing, which is connection. You connect with a person on all of what I spoke about, being open and opening up to someone and realizing about, I don't know, boundaries or sex or whichever way around, okay? And then all of that before messages. That is the highest state that you can get to when you connect with someone looking for spiritual growth. See, I feel slightly, not much because I don't get embarrassed. I'm not embarrassed sexually at all. But I'm kind of feeling that way a little bit, right? Where this sort of stuff isn't normally spoke about. It's not normally spoke about, right? Because it can come across as like, you're weird, you're dirty-minded, all you ever think about is that. For me, I have 3 placements of Gemini. So when it comes to me, I normally have this habit of turning things into more of a sexual discussion. I can't help it. I always turn things into more of a sexual discussion, right? But what they're saying here is the fact that there's this slight amount that people in general think that is also a bad thing, maybe because of also like religion, right? Where no sex before marriage, right? No masturbation. You can't think about someone sexually at all before even being with them. You're supposed to not do all of those and go blindly into a commitment and a relationship without going through all of those stages first before. It's like, okay, we've never slept with each other. We've never done anything phallic. We've confessed and we've not done anything where we speak to one another, okay, sexually or thought about one another. But then all of a sudden we're going to get straight married and, why am I talking about fucking religion again, man? I am not even religious. Why are some of you learning about this, or are you actually, I mean, you can have your own religion, granted, you're right, Christian, whatever you are, right? Christine, Chrissy, Chrissy Ra, Chrissy Ray, Chrissy Ma. But what I'm trying to get you to know is that where I channel from is spirit, right? I believe more in Jesus than anything else. But whether you call it God or Jesus, right? I channel from the Akashic Book of Records of nothing, right? There is no book that you can read like a television. It comes directly from a source of that. Okay, so what do you believe more in? A source that you cannot see or hear, and you watch tarot and you like psychic ability, or do you rather read a book and believe it? Right? I don't know. Some of you may be like going through this. I don't know whether I am religious or whether I'm spiritual or whether I'm both, or whether I should practice a different kind of religion, because my religious faiths have told me so long through my parents about this, but now I have a different outlook and a different belief, and I'm kind of verging on that, discovering more about this hand that rocks the cradle, or the hand that feeds the, I don't know where that's coming from, scripture, I don't know, the hand that feeds the something. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. Someone's feeding babies and stuff here, or something like that. Okay, so like I said, they're trying to get me to, I don't know, convince someone here that where these sources of information come from are, like a lot of you know, but are like the Akashic records of the past and the future and the present. Right? If you don't know about that, there's teaching videos that I've done about Akashic records channeling over on the join button. There's only $3 or $4, right? But this highest state of like natural healing comes from natural body. The body that is natural, that is basically bare bones and naked and not hiding anything, you can't get any truth or false. You can't get any truer than that, right? You can't get any feeling vulnerable, more vulnerable than that. It's having faith. The fact that what they say, unless your baby is called Faith or Faye or anybody's got F, Steph, Jeff or Steve in there, well, I mean, this would be, I mean, for a lot of you guys that may or may not know, this is actually what I'm doing now through this one card. Okay. Now, I'm also hearing for a lot of you, or this person loves music. They either make music, they make their own beats, they make their own sounds, like I do on Angel Radio, which you can find below. You can also find my Facebook if you want readings, personal readings, Facebook below. Okay? But someone that likes music, playing music and making it, okay, Is that it, Spirit? No, Steve. Go back to this section of sex. It's like, it's not shameful. So I'm not embarrassed that because someone here feels like that they may need to hide that from someone. Because this is also like virginity and stuff like that, and taking it away because it's death and everything. And it's also birth. So it's both. But it's also like this feeling that someone's got. They've got like this very big sexual attraction to someone, but they don't know if the other person is not or not. Is it Pisces? But this is like not being embarrassed, not being camera shy, not being shy and realizing that in order to, because their message is, if you're looking for a higher state of spiritualness, you need to connect to the highest state of elation, which is masturbation, so on and so forth. That is the highest state of spiritual awareness, is when you're aware of your surroundings with yourself and then also with others, because there are 3 in here. Could be a Pisces. I don't know, because there's 3 there. Well, I don't know. There's more people in the background. Hold on. We have more messages. Nanu. Let me put my glasses on. 3, 4, 5, 6. There happen to be 6 people here. That's Gemini or Capricorn. So is there a connection here between Pisces, Geminis, and also Capricorns? But because Capricorns already get the 6 energy of Capricorn Gemini, that puts them in the same reading. Now, yesterday I felt off because I said Capricorn, Gemini, Gemini, Capricorn. All I keep thinking is Gemini, Capricorn, Gemini, Capricorn, Capricorn. And I posted it Capricorn or Gemini mistake tarot, whichever way it was, because I just thought, well, I've made it, I might as well put it out. And I intuitively thought, I'm not going to put it out. But then I thought, well, I'm not going to waste my video, I'll just put it out. So there was a reason there. So some of you might be very intrigued about learning my method of numerology here. But I've got this feeling that there is a connection more with a Piscean because they're further in front here. So it might be saying that the Pisces person, if you are connected to one, whether you be male or female, the connection that you've got spiritually, the Pisces is more in front spiritually, but then again, you've also got a 3 at the back there that represent maybe another person that is also Piscean or Life Path 3, but is further behind on the ascension journey. But then because of both of you collaborating or getting together, you both make like a 6. So what are you, Gemini? Like a Gemini connecting with a Gemini moon, or a Gemini connecting with someone that has a lot of Gemini in their chart? And you, or your life paths together make a 6 or a 3, maybe a 2. Either 6, 3 or 2. 6, 3, 2. 2, 3, 6. Okay, so they're getting me to look at part of the Bible, which I have never looked at, which is 2, 3, 6. Passage 236. Maybe 632, I don't know. But that last one that I said, verses, chapter 2, verse 3, something like that. I don't know. I think, how long have I done? Wow, really? 25 minutes for one card. And I'll probably get 900 people watch this. And a lot of people float about on tarot, listening to all this crap. That actually doesn't come from any source at all. Amazes me. Anyway, Maisie star. Something around a person that has Aquarius or maybe Leo in their chart. Like me, I have Venus. Gemini. I was going to cut it off and just say, right, there's your reading, and then just list. Oh, I'm still going to call it that. Half an hour of channeling with one card. All right, see if that helps. Let's see. Gemini. See? This is like purgatory, lost, looking for an answer spiritually. How do I find? I'm very curious. How do I get to where, I don't know, man, I hate to put myself in a bracket, but say if a lot of you are like, Steve, how the hell do you do that? Which I do get asked a lot, right? How do you do it? I just told you. I literally just bare my bones out to you of every secret that I possibly hold, right? Spiritual connection that can also lead into a sexual connection, right? It, like I said, it's a peak of manifestation, right? But are you ashamed or are you not ashamed? If you are ashamed, then why are you ashamed, right? Because if you are ashamed, then what is it? Trauma. It's trauma of like the Matrix teaching you the fact that that's wrong, but really what it is right. But because without a message, what do you believe? Is it true or is it false? Is it right? Is it wrong? Without seeing it with my own eyes, is it true? Is it false? Is it right? Is it wrong? Confusion, right? Who do I believe? A psychic or a book? Right? But regardless of, I don't know why, but this is, I'm also kind of, anyway, regardless of, I'm very intrigued to find out what the answer is about this spiritual stuff, right? Because I'm left in the dark. I don't quite know what the answer is. Some of you could have been ghosted, or you have ghosted someone from the past, and you don't know how they feel. You don't know what they're thinking. And this leads to trauma, because it depends. If you guys have been doing this for a very, very long time, connected to the same one person that you haven't spoken to in a very long time, and you haven't been willing to reach out, it's virtually impossible and a danger for you to still be connected to that same energy, looking for answers spiritually by getting the wrong advice by other people, by watching every tarot reading saying, oh, they're going to communicate with me, but they haven't. I'm still obsessed about this one person that I have been for the last 4, 5, maybe 6 years, and I haven't even spoken to them. That's dangerous, man. You've got to learn to cut the energy off and realize that it's spirit, not the person, right? Because it's looking for an answer of why have I been ghosted? Why have I been left, right? Because this is also like a depression and the state of healing straight after an ending. Ending, divorce, separation, going through slow amounts of depression, okay? Finding an answer. I'm curious. It's also sexually curious as well. Curiosity killed the cat. Maybe something to do around a Leo. Another 2 coming out, man. Let's see. Gemini. 10. Going through an ending. An ending that has caused me a lot of harm. Maybe self-harm could also be here for someone, because I'm hearing it. But then I'm also hearing the song Justice, which means justice, by Radiohead. You do it to yourself, you do. And that's what really hurts. You do it to yourself. You do it to yourself. Over and over again do I keep continually doing this to myself, putting myself in harm's way. I feel like I'm in the way. Take it away, take it away, take it away now. Take it away, take it away. Some of you are worried the fact that someone's going to be taken away from you, or something is going to be taken away from you. Steve, a novelist, Neville. Oh, okay. So I did say for a lot of you somewhere out there in one reading that a long-term person that I've known for very many years, his name was called Neville, and he's literally just passed away. Neville, right, Neville? Also hearing Neville Helps. Well, that's another person I used to know, but he hasn't died. Yeah, I don't think so. help. I need somebody help. Not just anybody help. When I was younger, so much younger than today, I never needed anybody's help in any way. When now one days are gone, I'm not so self-assured. I know mine, I changed my mind. I'm opened up the door spiritually and gone to the other side. They may have been listening to the Beatles or something. Help me if you can, I'm feeling down. But I do appreciate you being round. Help me get my feet back on the ground. Won't you please? Somebody here is helping someone also spiritually, connecting with something, helping them through a depressive state of mind. Some of those messages came from the deceased loved one where they may have had a wake at that time and that music was played, or they really connected to the Beatles. Help me. Help me get my feet back on the ground. I'm also hearing someone from, and I always get this wrong and it's always the same person. It's not Australia. It's before you get to Australia. New Zealand. One of the best bands that came from New Zealand. What is the song now? Hey now, don't dream it's over. Hey now, there's a world between us. You know they won't win. So there's a world between us, which is a 3-channel message right at the very beginning that was to do with around move closer. There's a world between us, which means a 3 Pisces, and you'd have to cross over the Atlantic Ocean or something. But there was another song there, not actually that one, but that led to another message. But fall at your feet. That's it. I fell for you. I fell at your feet. Someone could be proposing or marrying someone here, or divorce, one or the other, marriage or divorce. Fall at your feet, wherever the gun in hand. I'll get it in a minute. Hold on. Like a flame, I was gonna show myself, and whenever I fall at your feet, you let your tears rain down on me. Wherever I fall at your feet. Well, I'm going really cold. So like whenever your tears rain down on me, some of you might be crying or being very emotional at this time. Has done itself, and I know. So look it up. Fall at Your Feet by, I can't remember. Leave it in the comment section below. Let's see. Gemini. Wow, man. I haven't channeled like this in a long time. Let's see. Gemini. I think a lot of you may have needed it, is what I'm hearing. Like, I really needed that. Like, I really need you. I really need you. Nigel? Nigel? What's that? There's another song there. But I really need you. I'm so glad and I need you in my life. I don't want to let you go. An opportunity of work coming up. Maybe an offer of money or a gift. Someone may be earning money through a spiritual gift here. This can also be a gift that you give Steve for doing all of this. It's there. I'm not going to lie. Don't forget, all options are open below in order for you to do so. Dr. Cluso. Some of you might be a doctor or a nurse. Let's see. Gemini. Oh, 5 of Wands, Gemini. What happened to the good times? Conflict. Can you resolve the past? Lurking jaws, joints of time to come of age in a dry place, holes and caves. That's Jim Morrison. Poet. poetry, writing poetry. Can we resolve the past? Lurking jaws, joints of time, to come of age in a dry place, holes and caves. TV death which the child absorbs, the slow train mystery of my cock gives birth, gives life. Forgive the poor old people that gave us entry, taught us God in the child's prayer in the night. That's Jim Morrison. I used to love Jim Morrison's poetry. But forgive the poor old people that gave us entry, for elderly people that taught us the way. Forgive the poor old people. Some of you might do a lot like I do, like you support elderly people, you love elderly people, you respect them. Okay, help them. Forgive the poor old people that gave us entry, that taught us God in the child's prayer at night. So forgive the parents that taught me God in my prayers at night. Forgive them, dear child. What is that? Sweet child of mine. Axl Rose? The Rose. Kiss from the rose on the bed. Ooh. And another kiss from the rose on the bed. Anyway, they kissed me and they gave me a rose on the bed. Man, this is a person in a casket. They remember someone throwing a rose. They kissed the person with an open coffin. They opened the coffin, or the coffin was open. They kissed the person on the forehead and they put a rose on their chest. They closed the casket and then they, because I think this was a burial, not a cremation. But then the person is crossed over to purgatory here. Because it's trapped in time, you see. No one gets out here alive. Jim Morrison. J or M. No one gets out here alive. Well, no, you can't, because you would be dead, right? So, I don't know, man. Some of you here, I'm kind of picking up that you've been trying to channel a deceased loved one, and I don't know if you want this message or not, but it's kind of like you can't because they're in purgatory. The crossover, 9, between 9 and 10, which is there. So 9 and 10, 9 means purgatory, 10 means they've crossed over. They made it. I made it to heaven. Okay? So is there a hell? No, there isn't. You're in it. No, hell is where you are. Well, it is. Because that's the bridge that we cross when we come here in order to be brainwashed, in order to repent from our sins. Karmically, what comes back is yourself. Okay, it's not really the energy and things that come back to you. They're just lessons. That's where people get the word karma mixed up. This is what I hate about fucking YouTube. The karmics. What comes back around to Earth is you. That's you that comes back around karmically to undo what you did. So if anything comes back around to you, it's you. Right? A people just come back to you karmically in order for you to learn a lesson of things that you have to learn spiritually. Right? But karmically, what comes back around to you is hell. You go to hell in order to repent for your sins. That's where we are, because you made it before to heaven. Some have to come back. Some make it. That's the end. God, how long is this reading going on? Gemini. I'm used up all my energy for a day. Divorce. Libra energy here. The Hierophant. Divorcing. But it's also conflict maybe that is still there. Internal or external. It's up to you. Okay? But it can be struggling to move on. Fighting with myself because I've divorced, separated. But it's also open to meet. But it's also not needing to judge, which is here. Do not judge, dear child. This is what I'm telling you. Half the people don't believe me, man. They just think, it's full of shit. I prefer to read a book. Sorry for you spiritual people, religious people out there. Never tarnish a book by its cover, right? Which means that all men and women are going to do exactly the same as they did before. I don't trust men because every relationship I've been in, they've treated me the same. Well, trust me, men go through that more than what women do as well, right? But if you have a bad opinion about one another, you're fighting God, which is each other, right? So religious factors. So we're looking at, here we're looking at like internal conflict, but some people judging relationships by their past, tarnishing with the future with the past. The past is in the past. When you're spiritual, you're on that journey. That is your job to do that. That's your job to become an emotionally stable person. You can't get emotionally stable by having a great life. That's pointless. Watching tarot or anything, really. You got a great life, brilliant. You're not going to get any messages, not really. Your life's great, brilliant, off you pop, right? But for spiritual people, it's about ascension and journey of relationship after relationship after relationship. Healing, spiritual Jesus, Pisces, right? The resurrection. Proof, scientific proof. I mean, do people not know now that there has been scientific proof that the white veil of Jesus that was buried in the tombs was actually obviously resurrected a long time ago, but now because of new technology that can actually fit in the pixels of the image that was created, what was on the cloth, and it looked exactly like Jesus, and the blood samples that were left in the casket and on the white veil were actually of exactly the same timeline as when Jesus walked the earth, right? Scientific proof. Anyway, let's crack on. I don't know who I'm channeling here. My name is Jeff. Let's see. Right, let's just... No more cards. It's just, like, clarifying. What's the judgment card here for? Because it's going to go way over an hour, man. It's going to take me ages to upload it. Judgment. A woman. Birth, recycle, generation, everything I spoke about in the channeled stuff, right? It's about splitting up, breaking up, coming to terms. Okay, not taking my past back. This is a woman that has turned their back on their past. I don't care if you're looking for me spiritually, mentally, or emotionally or not. I've turned my back on it. I shouldn't be wanting to reconcile. No, because I've been through narcissism. I've been through gaslighting. I'm fed up. I'm frustrated. I've had enough. I'm done. Don't look for me. I've gone. That's it. It's over. Right? That's for you guys that, you broke up. Female is now looking at herself now. Feeling more of herself. She's becoming more grounded. Okay, grounded. I need to ground myself, become myself, feel myself. Some of you might be feeling something. You might be twanging your banjo string. Let's have a look. What is the Hermit here for? Nine of Cups. Emotionally unfulfilled, unsatisfied. I never got to complete the cycle. I did. That is why one of you may feel like you never got to complete the marriage or you never got to complete something. But then again, the female does. But see, this is the trick of the light, right? Darkness is the trick of the light. Is there a chance of reconciliation during this time? Because it shouldn't be, because it's over. I'm looking for answers of why this may have ended. Because it wasn't your right person. That's why. It's plain and simple when you look at it. It's because it's not the right one. The right one is out there. Right? Would probably be more on a spiritual level. Let's see, 10 of Swords. 10 of Wands. Ending. See, Virgo energies or Life Path 9 energies can sometimes feel very difficult. The fact that they may not have completed something because they would, because it's purgatory. They reach a 9 of feeling lost. What is this Ace of Pentacles? Looking for work? No, it's not coming in. This is also blocking out the ex. Very good for you guys that are like had enough of the past energy. Brilliant. Cannot feel more great about that for you here. Because you're like, no. It's not good enough. I'm not accepting that. I want more. What is this? Some of you may be looking for something where it's going to cost you to fork out. And someone wants more. What is the Five of Wands? It's going to cost you a little bit more money. What is the Five of Wands? 2, 3. It's coming very mixed up now here. Because that's a very good energy. It's deciding whether to reconcile or not. See, some of you are on that very, 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 very dangerous precipice of maybe considering reconciling with an ex-husband or a wife. Like, or a Pisces maybe. But like, you know, do I reconcile? Do I not? Do I like violence? No. So don't go back with anybody that's violent or aggressive or... Because this is needing to be assertive in order to say no. The Hierophant. That's breaking free from the devil. What's the Hierophant? Being strong enough in order to see Nine of Wands. A very destructive, gaslighting, confusing marriage. Commitment. Some of you are possibly like been with this person for a while. But I feel a lot of this is the aftermath. This is the aftermath of war. This is what veterans feel when they come back from war, which is physical PTSD, right? Seeing death and everything else, right? Here. So trauma. Spiritual traumatized by bad marriage, bad relationship, and now I'm at home on my own. Both of you. Don't feel sorry for the person. If you feel sorry for them, you're more than likely going to start getting your feelings all wrapped up, and then you feel like you need to do something for them because they can't look out themselves. Here. Because there's no getting over that rainbow when the smallest of dreams won't come true. I can't take all the madness the world has to give, but I won't last a day without you. Some of you need to man up a little bit here, man. Telling you from a very stable, loving, individual, caring Pisces. You know, someone that's emotionally stable. Let's see, Gemini. Now, this is either going to relate to the circumstance of the cycle you're in or you're out of. And it's past energy. Because past, future, past, future, past, future, past, future, past, future. Right? So, I wish we could talk more, but he or she is around. So is that, I don't know, your mother, your father, your brother, your sister, your husband, or your wife? But I wish we could talk more, but I can't because someone is around. Gemini. I want to reach out, but I can't at the moment. Well, that might be because someone's husband or wife is around. Yeah. Get your own, you know. Why is it that some people go after other people's husbands or wives? Right? You know, as soon as you find out, you're kind of like, oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't know you were married. Right? Let's see. Gemini. Save your money just in case. Well, that was a good idea anyway. Because this could be about unemployment as well. Intentions are not good. Okay? So if you've got someone around you, okay, and you're like, man, should I leave this person or not? Because I really don't know. You should know by now. Because if you don't, Spirit and the cards are actually saying, yeah, their intentions are really not good at all. Narcissistic, gaslighting, confusion, keeping you stuck. Not like this even relates to the past. If you're like, Steve, I might go back to the past. Really? Well, then you're going back into the past where the intentions are not good. Whether it's coming from the person or not, it's coming from Spirit telling you. The intentions of what hasn't worked will not work again. It won't. So intentions are not good. Some of you may not work again here. Like physically go back to work again. Because I did hear I won't work again. But save your money just in case because you may not work again. And then, like I said, if any of you are like, Steve, I really don't know whether to go back to my past or not. You know, they may want to reconcile, or should I reconcile and stuff like that. Should I? No. It's saying no. Now you can, but don't be under the illusion that it's going to work full time. It won't. You'll just be back here soon. That's all. It's up to you. But it's saying no. Okay. Wow. So I really hope you guys join my join button below. There is loads of teaching videos that express a lot of this stuff. It's only $3 or $4 in order for you to do that. There are a load of tarot card readings there also. Please make sure you smash that like button and give it to your mother, your brother, your sister, maybe someone that may be grieving the loss of someone. Advice that they may need about struggling, whether they should go back with their husband or wife or something like that. Please share it. Please subscribe. Please like, smash the like button and leave a comment. It really does help. If you don't do it, I mean, normally it's about 900 with Gemini. I get 900 views to 1,000. And probably out of those 1,000, there's only probably about 100 that comment and leave a like, or just 100. Comments probably about 15 out of 1,000. 15 comments out of 1,000. Okay, 100 likes out of 1,000. Really? Lift your finger. Put some work in. Put some effort in towards Steve. Please make sure you also click on the adverts. The adverts don't never really give me much unless you actually click on it. You don't need to buy anything. You just need to click on the advert. So it takes you over to their website. I don't know, maybe have a browse around or just click straight off and come straight back. Okay. And then you can join below or leave some sort of donation or whatever you want, or you don't have to do anything. It's up to you. You're Mika, right? You're blue, brown, purple, and you can be whatever you like. So there you go, guys. Thanks very much. Really appreciate it. See you on the next one, Gemini.